So hey YouTube, I'm back and I'm restarting the sample ones of the ones that weren't tight together. So I have all my pre-cut pieces that are going to be double colored. I platted all of the pieces that I wanted dreaded, and I actually have my cap on to separate it, keep them held up instead of tight because they're kind of tight. So instead of tying them, I just have my cap on to kind of hold them separately. And I have retwisted, if you can see. And you want to keep it tight because you don't want any gaps in your dreads. And as I did my double color all the way down with the black at the end, and I'm going to do one starting from the top. And when you're ending it, depending on if you want to add more color, I can do like a pink, black, pink. And it just depends on how far, how long you want your pieces to be. Now, I may just add a little bit more black to the end just to give it a little length. And it depends on the length that you want, if you want it to be able to put them up and have some hanging out of a ponytail. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of pieces of the ones I have pre-cut, and probably don't need too many pieces. I can actually cut this pre-cut piece into another section so I don't use too much of my pre-cut pieces for the other ones. I don't want it too long. So what I do is, these are the pieces that I'm going to add to give this a little length. I want it to at least be here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take this and add it, as you can see, or I can halfen it so it doesn't have too much excess string left to it. I'm going to take it, you can see, and I'm going to start wrapping it where I actually stopped it. So if you can see, and you have to grip it tight, because if you don't grip it tight, it will space out and it will unravel. And it's hard to see how well it is when the string is darker. So once I do another one, and with the pink starting at the top, I will be able to show a better example of how to start it for you. Most people just start holding it shorter on the other side and start wrapping with the longer side. And I did the same thing as well from the root, if you can see. And I put it above where the plait was started so it can look like it's coming from my roots. And I actually, instead of starting wrapping it, I actually tied it at the top where one piece was shorter, the other piece was longer, and I actually tied it so just in case I needed to let it go or needed to answer the phone or needed to move around, I didn't have to worry about holding that piece. So you can actually tie it to keep it there until you're ready to wrap it. Okay, and I will continue doing this technique of wrapping until I go down to the length that I want it to stop. Sorry if my hands are in the way. I'm actually in the salon on a Monday, and it's the slow day, so I'm able to work on my yarn dreads. Okay, and as you guys can see, the more you wrap, your pieces are going to get shorter. Take that long piece and tie it off so it won't unravel or separate. Make sure you keep it tight. And you're going to tie it. Just push that through. And then you're going to pull that to seal the bottom of where you were wrapping it at. Sometimes you might have to let it go just in case it needs to untwist a little bit, but you don't want it to untwist where it's untwisting